Baseball is coming home this weekend.
And women's basketball heads to WNIT.
All this and much more coming up on the Penguin Rundown. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the Penguin Rundown. I'm Dom Joseph alongside Abigail Cloutier. Abigail, your first time hosting. How's it feel?
Feels great. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, glad to have you on board. Excited to see how you do. I know you're going to do great. We're going to get started with some men's golf. I know they have a lot going on, so get us filled in. What's going on with the team?
All right. The men's golf team competed in the Jackrabbit Invitational March 8th and 9th, hosted by South Dakota State in Boulder City, Nevada at Boulder Creek Golf Course. Freshman Brian Credupi earned a career best, finishing 29th with a third round total of 266. Quadruple earned the third round with a score of 74 with 3 birdies. The Gwins posted a third round total of 919, ultimately tying for the 11th place overall. The team shot 311 in the first 2 rounds on Friday and on Saturday, and they finished their last round 297 on the day. The Gwins will be back in action on March 24th to compete in the Golden Horseshoe Intercollegiate Tournament in Williamsburg, Virginia.
Over spring break, the women's golf team competed in Savannah for the one-day Savannah State Spring Invitational and soared to second place as a team. Individually, freshman Victoria Grands acquired an even par 72 at the end of the tournament and received highly coveted medalist honors. 4 of the top 10 finishers were Penguins, including Grands and Pathita Conrudi, who overcame a physical illness to bring home a final 2 over par 74 score. Conrudi finished in second place and now can say she has placed in the top 10 4 times this season. Our very own Matt Ganser had the chance to catch up with a couple members of the team as well as their head coach.
All right, so Coach, your team has had a very, very quick start to the season. What would you like so far in their performances?
You know, we put together some very strong performances so far this spring. Really the key to me is just that we're continuing to get better. We continue to do a lot of little things better, and it's exciting to see the results showing that.
I think a lot of the work we did over the summer, work we did in the fall, and just taking care of the little things and making sure that we were ready when the big stage came.
And I think we have a good team this year, and we support each other, and I think that's the key.
What would you like to see the team improve on throughout the rest of the season?
Again, I just think the biggest thing is mentally. It's some of those little things, decision making, just the way we respond to shots instead of reacting. Just a lot of the little mental things that we need to continue to improve at.
Just to take care of the little things. I think when we don't have our best rounds, we're kind of all over the place mentally, and we're not taking care of what we can control. I mean, the outcome, we can't control that, but during we can.
I think we all need to work on our individual things and our swings, and I think support each other and have a positive mindset. I think that can take us far.
You guys have been very, very successful. What has kept you so motivated to keep striving to be better?
I think just conference is at the end of the tunnel. I know I'm a junior here and I've never won as a team, and I think all of us just really want to be able to play well down there, and if we win, we win. But yeah, that's the goal.
What is your personal goal for the rest of the season?
To win conference.
Thank you, Matt. The team will be preparing for their next challenge on April 7th and 8th at the Indiana State University Invitational.
The track and field team had a lot on the line on March 8th as Chad Zallo and Jalea Elliott competed in the NCAA Indoor Championships in Birmingham, Alabama. Zallo fell just short of the finals of the 60-meter hurdles by just 3/100ths of a second at 7.87. For Elliott, she ran the 60-meter dash with a time of 7.36 seconds, finishing 15th overall. Both of them received second-team All-American honors for their achievements. That concludes a memorable indoor season for the track team. The outdoor season will begin with trips to relay meets in North Carolina and Texas in a 4-day span beginning on March 27th. Check YSUsports.com for results from those meets.
The baseball team returned to Ohio for the first time this season, competing against the Miami Redhawks in a 4-game series. However, the team dropped all 4 games of the series. The Gwins then traveled 45 minutes to take on the Kent State Golden Flashes out of the Mid-American Conference. The Penguins fell in this one 10-5. They out-hit the Flashes, but struggled to drive in runners as they left 10 stranded on base. YSU finally secured their first win of the season against the Pittsburgh Panthers on March 13th. The freshmen stepped up big time for the team as freshman pitchers Brandon Matthews, Brett Sauter, and Marco DeFalco combined to hold Pitt to only 1 run through 7 innings from the bullpen. The team then opened up Horizon League play this past weekend. The Gwins took on Northern Kentucky on the road. The Penguins dropped all 3 games, but fell in the last inning in Game 2 of the series, then gave up 2 runs in the 8th to drop the Game 3 of the series 2-1. The Gwins then took on West Virginia in Morgantown. The Gwins fell to the Mountaineers 14-1. Be sure to head out to Eastwood Field Saturday and Sunday as the baseball team hosts their home opening series against Oakland. Saturday is a doubleheader with the first game starting at 1 p.m. Check YSUsports.com for live updates and tune in to YSN for play-by-play commentary.
The softball team stayed busy over spring break as they traveled to the Carolinas to play in 13 games over a 9-day span. Of those 13 games, the team came away with 4 victories on the trip. The Gwins pulled out a win against Bryant by a score of 2-0 as Yasmin Romero went 2-4 with runs scored and Tatum Christie went 2 for 3 on the afternoon. They would then go to sweep North Carolina Central in a doubleheader by final scores of 3-0 and 6-4. In Game 1, Christie went 2 for 4 with a solo home run, and freshman Addie Jarvis pitched a 3-hit shutout. In Game 2, Lexi Zappatelli registered 2 doubles, and Maya Mitchum would homer in the victory. The team's final victory on the trip came over Canisius, winning a final of 4-0. Juniors Maddie Lusk and Elizabeth Burbeck both recorded doubles on the afternoon, but the highlight of the game was freshman Addie Jarvis. Jarvis struck out 8 batters in the 4-hit shutout over the Golden Griffins, and her performance over break was strong enough to earn her a Horizon League Softball Pitcher of the Week for the week of March 12th. Matt Ganser was able to talk to both Lexi Zappatelli and Addie Jarvis about their performances.
So obviously it has not been a fantastic start for the team, so how are you guys looking to rebound heading into conference play?
So we've been getting better. It started off rough, but how we've ended, it's more positive things. So almost like, I don't know, I'll relate to it kind of like going up on a roller coaster, I guess. Like we started off here, but now we're kind of like going upwards.
It's just producing runs. I mean, we've been getting so many runners on base. I think one game, maybe 11 runners left on, so it's just timely hitting. I mean, we need that one big hit to break things open.
When we peak and we succeed, I think it's going to be hard to stop us. I think it's going to be hard for teams to get us out. And it's kind of exciting, so excited about that.
So coming home, so you guys looking forward to come home, pitching on your home field, having the team behind you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited to play at home. It's going to be my first official game on the field, as well as 6 other freshmen. And yeah, it's definitely exciting, and I hope a lot of people are there and gets us more pumped up.
We're extremely excited. The weather seems to be looking okay for us too. That's exciting. Our field, it can handle a lot with the bad weather, so we're super excited.
Does the weather and temperature affect how you approach your pitching outings?
Yes, I think so. Just like I said, it's a little more loose in the heat as compared to the cold, and I'm a little tighter, don't throw as hard in the heat, so I definitely go more for the ground ball and pop-up type of game.
Okay, thank you, and good luck for the rest of
The softball team returned home this week and hosted Kent State in a doubleheader on Wednesday, and you can check out YSUsports.com for final stats and info. They will then open their Horizon League schedule this weekend as they will host Oakland in a 3-game series, starting with a doubleheader Saturday and finishing Sunday. For more on the softball team, we'll send it over to Monica and Chris at the round table.
Thanks, Abigail. Here at the round table, I'm Chris Colella alongside Monica Kurjan. We're going to talk about some softball, and this, as they mentioned, they played 13 games over the spring break, so not much of a quote-unquote spring break for them. Tatum Christie, as they mentioned, performed well in those wins, but it's really been the pitching as well, right?
Right. Addie Jarvis, the freshman pitcher, she's really stood out to me. Going into this season, we kind of thought that maybe senior pitcher Paige D'Angel would kind of take the reins, but Jarvis just came out super strong. She has a team-high 2.76 ERA, and she's pitched 58.1 innings, which is the most of any pitcher. And in those innings, she's had 65 strikeouts, 16 of which have been caught looking. So our pitchers are doing really well. It's just our run support isn't quite there.
Right, but someone who is providing some of that run support and trying to help out on that is sophomore Lexi Zappatelli. Lexi is leading the team with 19 hits so far this season, as well as batting average, hitting .328 so far. And runners in scoring position has been an issue, not so much early on, but later in those games, correct?
Exactly. In those losses, they've had a combination of 108 runners left on base, which if you look at the scores of these games, we haven't been losing by a lot of runs. So if you can get some of those runners around to score, that's going to maybe make your record a little bit better.
I would agree with that. And they have been able to get runs early on. They're 4-0 so far when leading after 4 innings. So they're outscoring opponents 13-11 early on in that first inning. And then it's really been between that 3rd and 6th where they're really struggling to either giving up runs or not coming away offensively either.
Right, and the good thing, though, is that they come home for the first time this week, so maybe having that home support might give them a little bit more confidence at the plate and help them be able to produce those runs a little bit better.
Absolutely, I agree, and they're coming home, just as you mentioned, for the first time this week and this weekend, opening Horizon League play against Oakland. We will be there covering that, and you can watch that on ESPN3. So for the rest of the show, we're going to send it back over to Dom and Abigail. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Chris and Monica. Bowling wrapped up its regular season this week at the Columbia 300 Music City Classic. The team bowled 13 games and finished 11th overall and tied for highest Baker game in school history. On Friday, the Gwins earned their first win over a #1 ranked team, beating McKendree 10-51 to 10-36. Saturday, Youngstown State jumped to 9th place, bowling their second highest pinfall in school history. Sophomores Nikki Mendez and Elizabeth Dietz posted the best sets of their careers and finished 17th and 46th respectively in the individual standings. This weekend, the Gwins will head to its first conference tournament in program history in Dallas for the Southland Bowling League Championship.
The 6th seed men's basketball team fell to 3rd seed Oakland 88-84 in the quarterfinal game of the 2019 Little Caesars Horizon League Championships on March 6th. Junior Devin Morgan led the team in scoring with 19 points. Sophomore Naz Bohannon had 17 points and 9 rebounds. Those rebounds were enough for Bohannon to reach 500 on his career. The Penguins finished the season with an overall record of 12-20. Losing only one senior, Noe Anneber, we're looking forward to the men coming back strong next season.
Over break, women's basketball participated in the Horizon League Championship Tournament. The women won their first game in a home matchup against Milwaukee 64-58. Then they moved on to the semifinals in Detroit, where they unfortunately lost a hard-fought battle 55-53. At the tournament's conclusion, senior Allison Smolinski was named to the all-tournament team, while junior Mary Dunn was named to the 3rd team Google Cloud Academic All-American. The Gwins' performance during the regular season earned them a bid in the Women's National Invitational Tournament. Their first round game is tonight at 7 against the Cincinnati Bearcats in Cincinnati. You can tune in on 1390 WNIO or Bearcats TV. Good luck to Allison, Mary, and the rest of the team as they continue their season.
The women's tennis team spent their spring break in California, competing in 3 matchups. In their first match, Youngstown State fell to the California State Fullerton Titans 7-0. In the second event, they dropped another 7-0 defeat to the California State Northridge Matadors. Juniors Cassandra Moralea and Lisa Kamasi grabbed a 6-3 doubles victory in that match. Their final event was against the Long Beach State 49ers, where they again fell 7-0. On Tuesday, the Penguins returned home to face the Akron Zips. For stats and info on that match, visit YSUsports.com. The Horizon League schedule is next for the team as they travel to Wisconsin to face the Green Bay Phoenix and the Milwaukee Panthers.
Over spring break, the men's tennis team was on the road in Orlando, Florida. They finished the week away 3-1. First against Northern Illinois, the men claimed a close 5-4 victory. On Monday, the men took on Sanford, but unfortunately lost this one 4-1. Then on Tuesday against Creighton, they grabbed a 4-3 win. Finally on Wednesday, the men took on Farley Dickinson and got a dominating 6-1 victory to finish off the road trip. YSU looked strong in singles play all week, claiming 14 singles wins. This weekend, the Gwins will be back on the road against Green Bay on the 23rd and Marquette on the 24th.
All right, Abigail, it is time for the Penguin Play of the Week. Let's send it over to Matt Gantzer, who's got more for us. Matt, take it away.
Thanks, guys. This week's Play of the Week belongs to sophomore baseball player Jeff Whaler. Let's check it out. And the pitch, YSU versus Northern Kentucky. Swung on, driven to deep left field, outfielder back, and it is gone. See you later. Jeff Whaler hits a solo shot to extend the Penguin lead to 3-1. Absolute monster blast to left field gives the Penguins a 2-run lead. Unfortunately, the Penguins did end up falling in this game. However, they're looking to respawn and rebound against Oakland this Saturday in their first home matchup. Thanks, guys. Now back to you.
Thank you very much, Matt, and that'll do it for us here at the Penguin Rundown. For news, highlights, and more, be sure to visit YSUsports.com and check us out on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat, all at Penguin Rundown 1. I'm Dom Joseph.
And I'm Abigail Cloutier.
We'll see you right here next week, Penguin Nation.